Joined now by our Patriots insider, Jeff Howe of The Athletic. Jeff, once again, you look at this game, probably, I would argue, one of their toughest tests of the year. But once again, the defense comes up huge. They only give up one touchdown.
Yeah, and the 3 takeaways right in a row on 3 consecutive plays, that was what turned the game and won the game for them. I mean, they're unbelievable. It seems like they can score more than they give up, and they're a weapon. I mean, it got to the point where just a couple weeks ago I was asking guys, when you start taking the ball away, are you expecting to score? Or when you get an opportunity, do you kind of believe that you're gonna start forcing turnovers as opposed to just a punt or whatever? I mean, they're lethal, they're suffocating, and they're the main reason why they're 8-0.
Let's stay on the defense for a second. Tell me if you agree with this statement. I thought this game was a taste of what might be down the road. The Browns have only won 2 games, but their offense is loaded with playmakers. So this was a game where not everything was going to go their way. They were bend but don't break today. And what impressed me the most was they had that aggressive attitude. They were tough in the red zone when yardage kept coming off and Nick Chubb was running wild.
Well, Chubb's unbelievable. I mean, just seeing him in person, you get even more respect for him. He's so explosive, rarely goes down at first contact. Had a chance to really get the game a lot closer before Jonathan Jones' hustle play, which is really another thing that shows you the cohesiveness that they have, the amount of effort, the amount that they believe in one another, and the athleticism they have at the back end. All of that showed up in that one play. But Chubb sort of showed that you can run the ball in the Patriots. And they gave up back-to-back 100-yard rushing games in weeks 4 and 5 earlier this season. So that's going to be one area they're going to need to tighten up. If there is a nitpick, that's one spot. And they're going to get tested immediately next week when they face the #1 rushing offense in the league.
Dante Hightower's touchdown, your thoughts?
Another great play from that linebacking core. Those top 3 guys, Hightower, Van Noy, and Collins, are their 3 best pass rushers so far this season, and they're scoring too. I mean, I think all 3 of them have now scored, and it's just, another play where they took advantage of kind of a fluky fumble, but Hightower immediately picks it up and knows what to do with it. That was an athletic play in order to pick it up and score.
Lawrence Guy's interception. I tweeted this out during the game. I said that was even more embarrassing than the butt fumble, yet I don't think so.
No, I don't think there will ever be anything more embarrassing than slamming your face into your teammate's rear end, on Thanksgiving night, no less.
That was pretty embarrassing for Baker Mayfield, though.
The first thing I thought was, that's how I play catch with my 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughter. I mean, you just dump it over to them and hope that they catch it. So I don't know what in the world was going on there, but you talk about the butt fumble, the fake punt attempt, or whatever that was in Indy a few years ago, and then you got the interception of Lawrence Guy, the 3 weirdest plays I think I've ever seen.
Let's talk about the offense and Tom Brady. Rainy, miserable day here, yet Brady, as always, throws the ball in any conditions. Most encouraging thing, I think, was that he was throwing it to Julian Edelman most of the time. 11 targets, 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Always fun to see.
He's on a tear, too, and he's doing it with this rib injury. And this is the first time that since he suffered that rib injury, that I didn't notice him pulling at it or grimacing after a particular play. Now, I guess we'll see again when you rewatch the game, but that's a good sign because rib injuries take a while to heal. It's really hard for those things to heal on their own when you have as much contact when you're playing professional football. But the fact that he's showing a little bit less pain week by week shows that he can potentially get to full strength by the end of the season. And they need Edelman to be the guy. And we knew that going into the season without Rob Gronkowski, but him and Sanu are only going to get better because those 2 guys are going to be able to play off each other.
Let's talk about Mohamed Sanu's debut. 5 targets, 2 catches. He got his hands on 2 balls and didn't catch them. They would have been tough catches, but a veteran receiver, you got to make a couple of those catches.
I thought that first one over the middle was more on Brady. That was just a misfire. There was the other one by the sideline that he probably should have done a better job of, and I think that was probably just getting a better route. You come back a little harder for that ball, and Brady will get on him for that. But I thought it was similar, not too similar, but you'll see what I'm getting at, to Antonio Brown's debut in week 2, where you saw the plays going to him early because you knew those were the scripted plays. And then as the game starts to unfold more, that's what I thought was so encouraging about the late catch of Brady's best throw of the night, was that it was on an outbreaking route. It might have been an over route in traffic, and Brady delivers that ball confidently to keep the Browns at bay. And, that's the type of play, again, that they probably didn't run it a whole lot in practice this week with Sanu, but he was still able to execute it.
Let's finish with the Patriots running game, and this isn't sexy for fans, but James Ferentz coming in for Shaq Mason. You and I both tweeted out before the game that Shaq's absence was going to be a huge factor. they ran the ball pretty well, and Cleveland got their hands on Brady a handful of times. I just think James Ferentz did an unbelievable job.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years old, first career start.
Right.
So hats off to him for that, and comes from a football family, of course. So you knew that he was going to know what to do. It was just, can you go out and execute at the same level as Shaq Mason, who is as good of a run blocker as there is, especially from an interior position in the league. And they did all right. I think Sony Michel was right around 3.5 yards per carry. But when they were at their best offensively, it was when they were balanced. And that was because Sony Michel was running well, and they had space behind that offensive line. So with 3 guys in the starting lineup against the Browns, who were scheduled basically to be backups at the start of the season, you got to like what you saw to an extent.
All right, let's finish with a quick preview of next Sunday night in Baltimore. Obviously, their biggest test of the year. Ravens coming off a bye. Pats are 8-0. Your initial thoughts about that game?
Well, they should be better coached than the Browns were. So they're going to come off the bye and probably handle it better than Cleveland just did. But, the number 1 rushing offense in the league. They have the number 2 scoring offense in the league. So this is going to be the biggest test the Patriots defense has seen all season. The thing that I saw earlier in the year, especially against Buffalo, was when Josh Allen tried to break the pocket, you could see the front 7 speed that the Patriots had to close it up. Lamar Jackson is basically like Michael Vick in the modern day. So we'll see how much his escapability is going to throw off the Patriots, and we'll see what that speed can do to slow him down. But it's not just Lamar Jackson. Mark Ingram's having a really good season, and Mark Ingram's 2 backups are also averaging 4+ yards per carry. So, again, this is going to be a major test, and that's an offense that should be more patient, and they're going to force the Patriots to stop the run.